Hey everyone, this is Andrew, and in this video I'm going to show you an example of how to find a vector in Cartesian form when you're given its magnitude and the direction that it happens to be facing. So here we just have a badly drawn building with a badly drawn man pulling on a badly drawn string in a certain direction with a certain force, F. And we know how far he is from the building, we know the height that he's pulling the rope at, well, this height. It's kind of hard for me to verbalize that. We know the height from the top of the building to the point at which he's pulling down on it, and we know the horizontal direction as well. But we don't know the angle, which I'm just calling alpha in this. But we can still find the vector in Cartesian form, because we know basically the A and B, and we're trying to find C. This is just like a triangle, so we're just trying to find the hypotenuse. And so just from knowing your triangles from geometry, you can just instantly see 8, 6, and you know that that's 3, 4, and then you know from that that's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. You could also picture this in a better way, or not really a better way, but if you're trying to find the hypotenuse, you're just going to say C equals the square root of 64, which is just 8 squared, plus 36, and then you are going to, mental math, you are going to get square root of 100, and then that's going to be equal to 10. So then we know that this side is 10. But we can do even better than that, because we can reduce everything by a factor of 2. So we can say that this is 4, this is 3, and this is 5. You really could do the other way, but that's just reducing fraction. Either way, doesn't matter. You can use the 8, 6, and 10 if you want. I just like reducing it. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to find the force in their respective components. And then after that, we're able to find the Cartesian form. So we're going to say the force in the x direction. We have the magnitude, so 300, and it's positive. Well, it's going to the right, so it's positive. And then we don't know the angle, right? But we do know the ratio at which the force is traveling in the x direction. It's 4/5, right? Because it's going 4 in this direction for every 5 it goes in this direction. So it's 4/5. And that is what you could find the angle if you wanted to. You can just do some trig and figure out what that is, because you know all the sides, so you can find the angle. But this is just easier doing it. Less buttons in the calculator, really, or not less buttons, but you don't have to worry about being in radian mode when you should be in degree mode, which is bad on tests. And then when you do the math out on a calculator, of course, or you could do it in your head, you will come out with 240 newtons, and that is the force in the x direction. So now we're trying to find the force in the y direction. And I guess you could just say, right? And now we know that it's 300, but it's pointing down, so it's negative. So we're going to have negative 300. And what's the ratio it's going down with respect to its regular direction? Well, that's just 3/5, right? So again, we're just taking this from the triangle. Vertical direction is 3, and it's the hypotenuse is 5, so it's just 3/5. And then when you do the math out, you're going to find out that's a negative 180 newtons, and that's going down, which is why it's going that way, positive. But in our usual y/x coordinate system, it's negative, right? And so to find that in Cartesian form, nice little brackets. So we know that the x direction is positive 240, and that's the I hat. It's going a negative 300 in the j direction, and that is newtons. And you could do the math for this just to kind of, sorry, did I write 300? This is minus 180 in the j direction, not 300. That's a stupid moment right there. And you could add up these. Just you could find the magnitude of f, which is just the square root of 240 squared plus 180 squared. You could do negative, but you're squaring it anyway, so it's going to become positive. So I just do the plus, and then when you do that, you should get 380 newtons, which, if everything works out, it's the same as that. And that's pretty much it. You could have an angle in this kind of issue. You could have several forces. and then you'd have to break things down even further, but just for one force, this is it. So it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.